My name is Jason Quiles, and I'm speaking on behalf of my group, and I am guided here with John Herb, who will navigate through the pages and what I'm going to be talking about this evening. What our group did is analyze web browsers, top name web browsers of today, for them, including Internet Explorer, which we'll walk through now, Mozilla Firefox, Google Chrome, as well as Opera. And what we did is we used a bunch of criteria to distinguish the pros and cons of each web browser and come to a solution or a final score for each and find out which one is the best and most user-friendly. So starting off with Internet Explorer, what really stands out is, along with other browsers, you get straight to thumbnails. So sites that you like going to and enjoy visiting often will show up right here, so you don't have to go through typing the URL in the domain space. You could just hop right in, for example Google, and you get right into it. However, Internet Explorer is a little laggy behind the other browsers because its speed has been sacrificed for security protocols. It's the most secure browser that we analyzed. However, it's also the slowest. So we found out that that was a correlation there, and it makes sense because the more security you have, the more that has to be done before a process can be committed. So that is why the speed falls a little bit if you have more security. Also, Internet Explorer is really cool because the add-ons are readily available to enhance your internet experience. You see we have Shockwave, Avast, Security. All these things can be incorporated into toolbars just to make it readily accessible for the user. Also, a great thing about Internet Explorer is its help and support is literally amazing compared to the others. Like, it goes really in depth. A lot of questions are asked, and there's actually forums where people bring up questions to the Microsoft community, where they can also be answered by professionals, other clients, other users, and that way it's an integrated learning experience and people can really find out the answers to their tough questions. The one thing about Internet Explorer that stood out from all the other browsers, that of course they all had help and support, however Internet Explorer specifically had one type of support that the others were lacking, and that's telephone support. Telephone support is very vital because it gives the user a chance to speak to a technician one-on-one to answer their questions, or a Microsoft representative to answer their questions straight over the phone, rather than having to jump through so many links and typing in questions, and sometimes they don't answer the question directly or understand. So that's the great thing about it, about its help and support system. Also, the Internet Explorer website is a guide to basically everything you need. Getting started, if you're new to the Microsoft Internet Explorer browser, tells you about the favorites bar, how do you install, uninstall programs. Basically, it's the customizable hub, or the customizing hub, where you can find out how you can really make Internet Explorer your own browser. That's about it for Internet Explorer, and we're going to jump into Mozilla Firefox next. So the next browser we're going to check out is Mozilla Firefox. As you can see, its startup speed isn't on par with Internet Explorer. However, it makes up for it with its power and its web page upload speed. We're in the home page right now, where you can just hop into any tab you want, right into the URL and domain space. As you can see, there isn't any thumbnails on the Mozilla Firefox, but watch as we type in Google and how fast it loads. Alright, and plus there was a picture, a background picture, which takes more power, and still it uploaded with amazing speed. Firefox is great because the atmosphere that Firefox provides for the user is kind of like more of a friendly, user-friendly experience, where you can customize things, manage your add-ons. As you'll see, we have a pretty good add-on section where it's a lot different from Internet Explorer. Internet Explorer is a bit boring looking and plain, but here you have a lot of details, a lot of pictures describing the add-ons. You see the Fractal Fiesta, like, it just jumps out to you. That's what's good about Firefox. It really jumps out to you, and it has a lot of different applications to make surfing the web fun. so you can change the appearance. As you can see, now the background uploaded instantly to reflect that theme. There's extensions. The extensions are amazing, almost limitless. Everything from games to social media links like the Google and Facebook, music, tools that just make your experience easier to get through. Also, plugins are available here. As you can see, these 5 sidebars provide essential tools to the web browser. So many plugins you could choose from, everything from Shockwave to Google Talk to just applications that make launching the browser easier in itself. And what we're going to talk about next is going to hop into the help and support section of Mozilla. By the way, as I said in the Internet Explorer section, Mozilla is faster. However, its security is a slightly lower score than Internet Explorer. And what we found is that Mozilla is kind of the browser that's not the best, but yet not the worst. It's at least mediocre in all the categories, which means it's consistent in what it does, and it's reliable. So our help section is pretty cool because it's almost like a search engine where you can ask your questions. As you see, it's got the fox over here and the nurse outfit, which is pretty funny, and it's like I'm gonna help you kind of feeling. So you type in your question. You'll either be guided to professional answers or forums, depending on what you're looking for. Maybe you're looking for a more community feel where people have input, output, or you're just looking for straight from the source an answer that will get you what you need. And you have a multitude of options of questions you can ask, or topics that are listed for you, like uninstalling add-ons, how to disable extensions for all the plugins and stuff like that. It's kind of complicated for the regular user, so this provides a good outlet to find out what you need and how to do what you're trying to do. And that covers support, help and support. And also, we just want to show you the speed again. We're just going to open Facebook real quick and just show you how quick everything works on Mozilla, and it's just great. It's a great browser that once you get past startup, it's just easy experience. Also, it's got a good favorite system where whatever, a good memory wherever website you go on, when you restore your session, it can just bring you back to that page you were on. So next we're going to talk about Google Chrome, and thank you. Alright, now we're going to check out the superstar of our browsers, Google Chrome. The most used out of all of them, basically the most balanced, excelling browser that we have. As you see, the background of it, just the appeal of it is just it's so fun, but at the same time it's professional, and at the same time it's technically engaged. So it's similar to Internet Explorer. You start off with the thumbnails, your background choice, whatever it may be. As you can see, John is signed into his Gmail account, and the interesting thing about Chrome is that when you sign into Google on other computers, it will link your data and remember your name on other computers, which some can see as an advantage, some can see as a disadvantage. The advantage being that as soon as you want, as quick as you want, you can log into your information on someone else's computer and it'll remember it, so you can reduce the hassle. But at the same time, if it's someone you don't trust, they may have access to your information, so you have to be careful what you're doing, because Google's very involved in the cloud and transfers information all the time among the cloud, and this just got even more intense since the new privacy contract that it released, privacy policy, excuse me. Now what we're going to do in Chrome, we're going to show you is the Chrome Web Store, which has amazing add-ons and extensions, and literally looks like the iTunes store, where you have just great pictures going with what you're looking for. Everything's free, everything's usable on the Chrome. You have everything from ad blocks to themes to app games to just tools to help you with things like alternatives like PowerPoint. You got SlideRocket, Monster House, basically everything you need, everything you would want and look for in an app store, you have in the Chrome Web Store. You can see what's most popular, so you could catch on, because Chrome's all about having the newest stuff for people, the fastest, newest. That's what we're in the generation of the now, and that's what Chrome definitely serves, the now generation that wants everything quickly and to make things as easy as possible. That's what Chrome does. It makes your surfing experience as easy as possible and as beneficial. We're also going to talk about is the help and support of Chrome, as opposed to in relation to Internet Explorer and Mozilla. We're just going to hop onto the Chrome. We're just going to Google it real quick because it's very fast and easily accessible. So you start out on the Chrome web page, how to use, because some can see it as complicated, but if you customize Chrome as it should to your liking, everything will be easy and everything will be familiar in no time, and you'll be a master at your web browser. You can also see how to fix problems down below. Anything like we're going to try out web page display issues, we'll check that out, see the responses we get. As you can see, it gives different, for that one topic, there's different issues, specific issues, and the descriptions of them, and you can learn more how to fix them, which is great because it gets very detailed, because that's what people need. They don't always need a broad generalization. They need specific details for specific problems that they're having with their web browser. We're going to show you how to customize Chrome as it deserves to be, because it's a great browser. Right here we're in the theme section of the Chrome Web Store, and you can see there's some really cool themes we're going to check out. We'll see what John likes. He likes Lord of the Rings. Let's see how that looks. Easily ask if you want to add it, and comes down the download page, or the download section, where Chrome's known for having that little download space, so you can see, and it will stack up to show you what you've been downloading and where you can locate it. The Lord of the Rings background looks amazing, if you ask us, in the background. I'm a fan of Lord of the Rings as well. Also with Chrome, its balance is great because it's fast. It is also secure, and its help and support is great, and all the criteria that we have, it excelled in. That's why it was the best, because it wasn't really poor in anything. It was like Firefox, except instead of mediocre and everything, it was really good in a lot more things than Firefox was. The only thing that outdid Chrome in anything was probably Opera in the speed section, but we'll get into that now, actually, and hope you enjoyed the Chrome experience. Now, welcome to our speed demon, Opera. This web browser literally kicked the other web browsers' butts in the speed department. It was unmatched in the speed. But of course, like I mentioned many times, because of that, this browser is also the least secure and most susceptible to hacking premises, and the protocols just don't. They're not too involved for cases of viruses and whatnot. So take that into consideration if you're going to be an Opera user. However, I want to talk about Opera in depth because not a lot of people are familiar with it. Like personally, I wasn't familiar with it until I checked it out and did this project. Opera is great because it's very, I shouldn't say very, it's extremely customizable. You can do everything from customizing the thumbnails you see right here to the color scheme, to the background, to even the customizing the toolbars and the add-ons and extensions. That's the first thing that stood out to me about Opera. It was almost like, it made me feel like my iPhone, where I can customize like app placement, combining apps, mashing them together and putting them categories, the background, everything like that. So it's great because it's a very user-friendly interface, and makes the browser very attractive to users. As you can see, John's jumbling the thumbnails, which is great because you can order them how you want, because they're not always in the order that you go on. And at the bottom, you see the addition sign where you can add in another favorite site. You can do anything you want. He's about to do Twitter right now, and then he can just have Twitter on his homepage, which is awesome because it makes logging in a lot more easier. Also about Opera is, besides its speed, it's got a pretty good help and support system as well, because the way it works is you ask a question, and you could specify the search engine where you want to have that question applied, either a forum, Opera representatives, and then if the question is involved, you can learn more. And at first, when I saw the Opera help scheme, I thought it was a little too involved, like it was too much going on. But I realized that they break it up very nicely to serve what answers you're going to receive and from whom. Like you see, you have the general Opera topics, which is just general FAQs, and then you have Opera for group forums, where you could see where your answers can get from the community, sub forums, email a question to Opera, basically do anything and ask however you want, whether it be public or private. Also about Opera is, now we're going to show you just a bunch of examples of web pages and how quick you can get on them. Let's try a government website. Let's mix it up a little bit. Let's do I don't know, let's try weather.gov. And boom, you got all the statistics and all that just out of nowhere in the blink of an eye. I haven't seen a browser that can match this browser in loading any web pages. Just look at Facebook, how quick that'll load up. Look at him clicking through the screens, the pages. They upload amazingly fast. Switching from tabs is just incredible speed. And then also when you scroll down, you see websites you were at. So it's great because when you bring the window down, and then you can just hop right back into the tab if you accidentally deleted it or X'd out, which is very cool. Now he's hopping to Facebook real quick, and right there, it's not even, you don't even have to wait for anything. Watch the login process. Just type it in his email. Boom. Took him longer to type it than to upload the page. This is honestly, if the user, what Opera is for, it's for the user that needs to get stuff done fast. Like they're not worried about security because they're not doing very intensive secretive things on the computer. They're just trying to go from web page to finding information. Is great when you're researching, like hop on Wikipedia real quick. John, show them how quick they can just get all maybe they need citations for a paper or something. Just check out a Wikipedia page real quick, any topic you want. Let's just say I don't know, Lady Gaga. Let's see what's up with Lady Gaga, and then it'll come up. You can find everything you need. Boom, blink of an eye, and you got everything. And then you can move on. If you want more security, go to Internet Explorer. Like we said, we show the pros and cons of the browsers, and Opera is definitely just that one browser that is a speed demon and will get you what you need as fast as possible. And that it will bring a close to our presentation. Hopefully you will make the right decision in your own browsers based on what we've shown you and taught you. And thank you for listening.